Welcome everyone to this brief Python quick start for young coders. This is Dr. Eric Chow. I'm an adjunct instructor at Lewis University, IEEE senior member. Today, I would like to present this course, Brief Python. It will help students of the younger coders, such as from 6th grade to high school, 9th grade, for a quick start in coding. And Python is a good language for doing that because Python's syntax is easier than other language. But advanced Python can be very difficult. And we try to minimize the difficulty so that the student of this middle school age is able to handle this course and be able to start their coding journey. So first thing I would like to introduce is that with this course, I also have a companion course site called moodle.eco24.com. And I suggest people who would like to get a student account to email me, and I can actually create an account for them. And then if you want to contact us, there are two ways you can contact us. Number one is you use the Facebook Messenger, and the address is facebook.com/dr as Dr. Eric Chow. And you can also reach me at the email echow510. 510 is my zip code. It's Fremont, California. So echow510@gmail.com. And we also provide other high school or computer science courses such as AP Computer Science A, AP Computer Science B, Python, C++, to support students' computer activity in high school. Okay, here is a short introduction for myself. My name is Eric Chow, and I'm currently a IEEE senior member and Computer Teacher Association member. And I graduated from the Computer Science and Engineering Department of the National Taiwan University in Taipei, Taiwan. And after that, I actually went to USC for my master and PhD degree in electrical engineering and computer science, and focus on AI chip design, and also for the neural network and optimization problems. And currently, I'm an adjunct faculty at Lewis University, located nearby Chicago. And I also participate in many IEEE activities. So let's get started for the course contents. Welcome to this brief Python course, the first Python course for beginners. Chapter 1, Basic Data Types and Operations. My name is Eric Chow, Dr. Eric Chow. Let's get started. So this chapter, our focus is on the Python installation and our course environments and the course resources that you can use, and also teach you how to use Python idle, and then get started with some basic Pythons. So Python language is a general purpose high-level programming language, and it is an open source language. And it was released under a GPL compatible license. And you can download the Python interpreter from the internet free. These chapters will help you to learn Python 3 step by step. And we divided the course into 4 chapters just to suit the need for the middle school students. So it is a basic course. So after this course, we still have Python 1, 2, 3, several other Python courses. And you can also start the high school pre-AP Java and the AP Computer Science A, AP Computer Science P, and some other more courses. So this a brief Python course is intended for the beginners in the middle school. So it is not going to be too difficult. So first thing is the installation of the software. So basically, Python you can actually download from www.python.org. Okay, Python is the #1 language for data science and AI, so it's very popular and very useful language. And Python is the most rapidly growing open source programming language. So it's free, but the installation can be some effort, but you need to get used to it, and then it will be very easy to use. Okay, so first thing is that you need to go to this website called www.python.org, okay? And let me show you by the browsing the internet. So basically you bring up your browser, and then you go type www.python.org, okay? And you will come to this website. You can click on download and download this one, that's okay. And you can also go to, let's assume that you are using the Windows. So you click Windows, and there are several versions, and usually you pick the newest version. And then, for example, mine can be this one, Windows 64. I'm sorry, a 64-bit, this one. Okay, sorry. So you pick the right installer for yourself. So my computer is the Windows 64-bit installer. So this one. Okay, yours can be different depending on your OS. So once you click it, you can start to download and install. But here, I already installed, so I am not going to repeat the installation effort. But I will show you what are the important parameters that you need to take care of. So after you visit this website and you click download, and then the installer will be downloaded, and then you start to run it. So when you run it, okay, you pick the right one. Okay, someone actually is web-based, someone would like to be a zip file, okay? And here you will see a page. After you open the installer, you have to, usually I suggest to pick install launcher for all users, add pass 3 Python pass to pass. Okay, this is very important, must do this one. And then usually I choose this one. I don't like to choose this install now. Choose custom design, and then next, okay? Okay, next page, you will see something like this. This version is already a little bit old because it's a 3.7 installer, but the feature is similar. You can check every single one right here, and for all users as well, and click next. And then you will see this page. So now, we want you to use a simple pass. So usually it's C/:Python33. So myself, sometimes I use a C:/ just Python. Okay, so next time you update different version, you don't have the version number. So I usually use a C:/Python. And if you want to keep many versions, then you use a 37, 38, okay, different one. You can do that, but for me, I don't need that. And then this different option, you can choose the debugging symbol and binary, but usually I don't. Okay, usually I don't. That's not required. So then you click install after this. Okay, next one. After the installation, you should see something like you should be able to see something. Let me show you, okay? After installation, you should go to your installation directories. So for me, it's under C drive, under Python. Okay, let me go to my C drive Python directory right here, okay? So once you go to here, there is a program called Python. So now you can use a window R. Okay, window R. Window key is the one with square. That's your button left third key plus R key, okay? R key. So you bring up the runner for the window prompt, and then you type in CMD is command line, okay? So click OK. You bring up this black window, and with the DOS prompt. Okay, and you choose, you need to go to this directory. So you do cd space, copy this path. Okay, so you left click, come to the address bar, left click, select, right click, copy, come back to here, paste. So you come to here, so you have this. Okay, after the installation, you type the Python. You should be able to bring up your Python interpreter already. So you do a equals 3, b equals 4, print a plus b. Okay, so this environment, I'm sorry, print a plus b, and then you got 7. Okay, so your Python is up and running after that. Okay, and you quit. Okay, you go back to C columns Python. Okay, so now another way is that you can go to this lib, okay, library, Python /lib, L-I-B, and go to idle lib, IDLELIB, okay, and then here you go to a batch file called this one, idle.bat, okay, it's a window batch file. So usually I copy this one, okay, I copy this one, copy this, the whole batch file, and I put somewhere. So right here, I do pass over here. Here we have an idle shortcut. Okay, so I usually do that. But today I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to just select this idle. So start idle, and this idle is integrated development line editor. And you will bring up Python as well. It's similar to your DOS prompt version of the Python. So right here, you can also do a equals 3, b equals 4, print a plus b. You can do Python programming already. I configure the color, okay, and original color is idle classic. Okay, you do apply. It's idle classic color. So me every time, because of the education purpose, I click highlight and then select idle dark, and it works better for online education. Okay. So that's Python interpreter, and Python is a interpreter. So it's just like someone do interpretation. So you can ask question, you will answer. Ask question, you will answer. Just like there's an interpreter. So you have a person who is speaking English. There's another person speaking Japanese. Okay. So basically, the interpreter's job is like English person speak like, how are you? And then this interpreter would say, "Ogenki desu ka?" And then this Japanese person would say, "Daijoubu." And then this interpreter will talk back to the English speaker, say, "I'm fine." Okay, so these are the whole process of the interpretation between the English speaker and the Japanese speaker. Okay, so right here is the same. You do see a prompt. Okay, you do see a prompt. So this prompt just tell you the Python interpreter is waiting for your question. Okay, and then every time you do type in something. So let's do C equals 10. Okay, and then E equals A times C. Okay, A is 3, C is 10. So you print your E, you got 30. Okay, so every time you ask a question and you ask a question, you answer. This we call it Python interpreter. So first one, you have A equals 3. So A is a we call it a variable, and it associates with a memory. So when you say A equal sign 3, you put a 3 over there. This equal sign really is assignment. Okay, it works as assignment. You assign a 3 into the variable. And B equals 4, create another memory, and you put 4 over there, right? And then you do A plus B, you get these two numbers to do sum, you get 7. And then the result being printed, you got 7. Then you have a C, you put a 10 over there. And then C and A, you do multiplication. you got 30, and store the 30 into E, and then you print E, you got 30, okay? So this is the process of the interpretation and our computer programming depending on the interpreter. So we are basically talking to the Python interpreter all the time. And it's question answer based, one by one, okay? Question answer based. So every time you start your Python, you can have two ways. One is you use your DOS prompt and then type Python. That's one way. And you can do ESIT to quit it, okay? The other way is that you actually go here, click on the idle, okay, the .bat file. And this idle is actually stored in your Python installation directory /lib/idle-like. There is this idle.bat. You have to copy it as a shortcut and pass on a location that you prefer. Okay, so this is how you get started. So if you don't like this Python idle, you also click exit. You get out of it. Okay, you get out of it. Let's try again. Come to here, double click on idle. You bring up your idle. Okay, this is idle environment. So as a beginner, this idle environment will work pretty well for you. Okay, let's go back. So that's Python interpreter. So that's Python interpreter. And we will talk about the full version of the idle later. Okay, so far we are working with the Python interpreter. So Python interpreter is a shell. We call it shell as well. Python is a interpreter language. So basically, you ask question, Python answer, you ask question, Python answer, okay? So Python shell wait for the input command from the user and then answer one by one, okay? So you finish your command line prompt and then write Python and press enter from the break window. For those prompts, you will also start Python, okay? So this, actually, you get this if you start from the Windows and you type in Python, okay, you get into it as well. Okay, so now next one, we would like to execute Python script. So that is question answer based, but sometimes we don't want to actually keep typing. Okay, we want to save the result as a program. So in that way, we call it Python script. Python script is Python's program. Okay, script because Python is a scripting language. Okay, so let's do new file. Click file, new file. So this will open a file, right? And this one that's actually save as. So save as to save to any location that you prefer. Okay, that you prefer. So for me, I'm going to go to, okay, the Python course directory. Let me choose my directory. One moment. So over here, I have Python course, brief Python course. So right here, I'm going to create a new directory called PyDev, Python development. Okay, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to create a new folder called BP1, brief Python chapter 1. Okay, so over here, you can choose any name and keep it as a Python file. So here you can choose this one called first program. So first.py. So, okay, and here it wants us to do this. Okay, print something. Okay, this is Python script.py. So let's do this. Let's just do print, double quote, welcome to Python. Okay, and then print. This is a beginner CS course. Okay, so now we do two print command. Okay, First one, print welcome to Python. So anything inside double quote, it is a message, some text message, okay? And if you have the sharp sign, anything of the sharp sign, they are comments. Comments means that it doesn't count for any effect. It actually is of no use, okay? But it just keep there for documentation purpose. And documentation is very important for computer programming. And so this one usually just take a note like this, okay? So this, I finish this script, so let's do run module. Okay, and you print now, welcome to Python. This is a beginner's computer science course. Okay, so that's actually similar to this, okay? This is a script. Okay, you can also do that in your Python window. So let's go back to the window here, okay? So right here, I call Python, but I call this one. Let's see, let's look at the directory. This is not a directory I have the code, okay? So what I need to do is I need to go to my design directory, okay? So let me choose it. It is over here, and then Python course, pre-Python, okay, this PyDev inside her BP1. Okay, so I'm going to come to here, address bar, left click, select the address, right click, copy, okay? Come back to here, to cd, change directory, okay, space, and then pass the pass, okay? So cd is change directory, and then the pass. Click return, okay? So I'm in that BP1. So there is a first Python file. So I say Python first.py. This will also run the script, the Python script that we just finished. And then you get the result. So this is a very convenient way. So either way, you use a Python interpreter from those prompt, or you use idle, both work. But for the beginners, I suggest to use this one called Python interpreter. So the window that we bring up when we do new file, this one, bring up this thing we call it idle. This window we call it idle. Integrated development line editor. Okay, so that's called idle. So it is an editor to compile our program. And then once you finish, you click on here, run, and run module. You will actually get the result. Okay. So this is idle window. This one is a Python shell window. Okay. They are different. So let's go back. Okay. So this give you a second way to run the Python script from Windows or from those prompt or from your idle. Okay. So idle is integrated development line editor. Okay, this one you need to copy it from the Python /idle location. Okay, depending on where you install. It's called integrated IDE. Okay, it's one kind of IDE. Okay, for Python. Okay, we got this. Okay, this we demonstrated already. Next one, let's look at Python's basic syntax. So Python has variable, word, sentence structure, and the program structure, okay? So first thing we need to know about vocabulary and the word. So Python identifier. Identifier means a variable name or function name, okay? So usually when you do math, you have x equals 3. X is an identifier. And sometimes we also call it variable. So identifier is the name of the variable. or sometimes it's a name of the function, or it's actually a name for the class and the module package. Okay. But here we haven't teach you what is function yet. We haven't teach you what is class and module and package. So that's for the time being, do not need to spend time on here. Okay. Just knowing that ID can be the name for a variable. So the ID, okay, the rule for the ID is that your variable name must start with underline or English letter. So if you have an A3, that's okay. Lowercase A3 is okay. Underline 3, that's actually okay. But you cannot start with 3A, that's wrong. You cannot start with number, digit, or symbol. No, you can only start with English letter and underline. Okay, English letter and underline. That's the rule for the ID. So no other character are allowed. So conventionally, the name of the class begins with uppercase if you use class, and we will introduce the class later. Use of the 1 or 2 underscore character has a special meaning. Okay, we call it the magic function or magic or private data. But here we don't go into that detail. Okay. So next one, you can assign a double quote hello world. That is a message. Okay. So anything inside double quote is a message. We also call it string. String is because it's a string of characters. So if the individual symbol, we call it a character. And string is a combination of characters. It is a collection of the letters. And code equals 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is a number. So code is a number that assigned to code. Okay. So right here, we do have 2 text message, name and MSG. Okay. MSG store with hello world. Code store with 1, 2, 3. Okay. Name store with Steve. Let's try this one out. Okay. Let's go back to the idle. So right here, let's do this. Let's do MSG equals hello world. At the same time, you can also do this, okay? Print MSG, that will print the message. You got hello world. You can also print the type of the MSG. So you'll tell you it's a string, okay? It's a string. String means the text, collection of text. Next one, we have code equals 1, 2, 3, okay? You can also print code. Code is a number, so if you print type of the code, then you will see it actually is integer, int for integer, okay? So these are basic one, the basic data type, string and number, okay? String and number. These are 2 very basic type of the data, string and number. Okay, if your string is way longer, let's try this one, okay? So if you have a MSG equals string longer, okay, I am happy, I am going to school. Okay, let's change line. Change line, you can use this, and then hit return. So you see that means that the string has not been finished yet. So I will ask my teacher, what is the homework this week? Period. Change line. Okay. I will do it. Okay. When you finish, you do double quote. So from the double quote to another double quote, this whole thing, we call it the content of a string. The backslash, just meaning that the string is too long. I'm going to use the next line to be connected to here, make it the longer string. So basically, after you do this, you do return, and then you can do print MSG. The whole content will be printed. Okay, so MSG is a multi-line string. So this is how the multi-line string works. Okay, and you can put several statements in one line if you do semicolon. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do A equals 3, B equals 4, C equals 5, D equals 6. So totally 4 comments. And that's a print A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. So A, comma, B, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. These 4 numbers will be separated by 1 space each. That's the power of print when you print 4 different numbers. Okay, sometimes you can also do this print. Okay, A equal is actually a string, a message, and then print A, and then return. So there is a string A equal being printed, and then A's value 3 being printed, because A equals 3 we assign over here. Okay, so that's the use of the print. So print is used to print out some number or some text, some message, okay, or some message. And you can put several messages in one line, such as let's do print, okay, I am, okay, comma, a boy, period. May I come in? Okay, so these are 3 strings being printed, each one of them separated by a space. Okay, print 3 string, print 3 text message. Okay, so that is the multi-statement. You can write multiple statement in one line. Okay, statement. Okay, statement. In English, we call it sentence. In Python, we call it statement. So each sentence has a verb. Each statement takes one action. So that is a word, hello world assigned to MSG. This is one assignment. You assign the hello world to the memory location MSG. Then you assign 1, 2, 3 to code. Then you put the code with the value of 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's one action. And each sentence, we call it a statement in Python. Okay. Okay, indentation. Sometimes we do have indentation, and indentation is very important for Python language. So let's look at this. Here we have a simple thing called function. Okay. So what is a function? Let's look at the function now. I'm going to just give you a very basic idea of what is a function. So right here, this one is the first program. Let me create a second program. So let me save as second. Okay, so we have this second program. Let me close the first one. So now you can do this print. Welcome, okay, to Washington High School, comma, okay, and then you do Arial. Okay, so we type a 2-line. Welcome to Washington High School, and Arial, okay, and then let's do period. And let's just do this. And then hi Arial, do you like this school? Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so we got the result. Now, if we need to repeat this for several times, And then we are not going to just welcome Ariel. Let's actually welcome second person 80. So we can change this one for 80. This one for Carol. This one for Carol. This one for Daniel. So A, B, C, D. Okay. A, Ariel. B, Betty. C, Carol. D, Daniel. Okay. So now we can save this one as second.py and let's run it. So we print out this 4 people. But if we have more and more person coming in, then this is not going to be efficient. So we can use a program structure called function. So here let's call this a program called welcome, and then let's put a name there, right? Now I'm going to copy these things and put it over here, okay? Let me save to another file. Okay, let's save as this one. Let's call it third. No, let's call it second one. Okay, second one. So you need to push this one in with indentation. Usually it's 4 space. Okay, usually it's 4 space. And you change this area of its name. So you create a function, and this we can delete them. So now you do welcome area, welcome, okay, edit, welcome, okay, hero, and then welcome, okay, this one continue. So by doing this, you can see that, okay, original function, let's actually compare, okay? Let's compare second function and this one, second program and this and second one. So this second like this, you run this one, okay, you run this one, let's actually run module. You got the identical result, but the program will be shorter because you use the function, okay? So function comes with a parameter name, and the name will be used to replace this name over here. Okay? And that's the purpose of a function. But to do this function, you need to have a concept of cobra. So cobra means that this portion belong to this welcome. So we call it indentation. Okay? We call it indentation. So then let's actually clean it, okay? So now let's try one thing. So here, let me put a print. Okay. So if I put it over here, then welcome area will have 3 lines. So each one 3 lines. Totally, you will get 12 lines of the result printed. So it's a welcome, okay, and okay. It's 4 okay being done. So this print belong to the welcome. But if I do delete like this, it's outside of defined function. It's not inside aligned with the indentation over here. Then this okay doesn't belong to the welcome. It's outside. It actually become outside. So what this one will happen is that you print one okay first, and then welcome 4 times. But there's no okay between them. Okay, so okay first time, Arial 2 line, Betty 2 line. Okay, so that's the power of this indentation. You must put your code at the right indentation. So this is number 3 program. Okay, so that's indentation. So indentation play a very important role in Python programming, and usually is used to determine whether the code belong to a code block or not. A code block is the component or the code portion belong to the function say hello. Okay, belong to the function say hello. So if your code belong to it, then you can actually if your code belong to there, you need to indent with the other line. Okay. If you put outside, it actually doesn't belong to the code block. So command we talk about is actually sharp sign that will be commenting out some words, and it's not going to be useful. Next one, if you want to have a multiple line commands, you can use quote, quote, quote. Let me put on my idle. I seem to lose it. So let me start the idle one more time. Let me open the second one program. Okay, one moment. Okay, so far we can also put some comment on top of this main program. So you do quote, 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 okay. Quote, 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 okay. So here, anything between two quote, quote, quote are comments. Okay. Block comments means that it has more than one line. It has more than one line, but this whole thing, the green color one, are of no use. Okay, it should be considered to be a comment. So sometimes if you have some code that you don't want to run it, you can also do it. Okay, you can also do it that way. Okay, next one, we are going to get some input and then trying to do it. Let's actually look at this one. Okay, this is third. Next one, let's try to create a new one. This one, let's call it save as. Get name. Okay, let me close it. Save. So this one, you can do this input. Enter your name. Okay, so input is a function. You put the prompt inside a function, and it will show to people what you do, and then you assign the output, the result of this input function to a MSG, and then you print it. Let's call it name, don't call it MSG. Okay, now this is good. So that's a run. Okay. So basically, this input will get a string, and this enter your name is a prompt to show the user what you need to input. And then the input result is area being assigned to the name. And then we print the area name. Okay, so that's the purpose of getting input. The first program to get input. Okay, and you can do user get input to work on different purpose. So next one, let's try to enter more data. Okay. So right here, let me go back to this get input. Okay, so you can get the name and then you can do age. Okay. Okay, because the age is a number. So you just input, this input will get a string. So you want to convert the string to a integer. So you use the integer function. Okay, so the purpose of this int function will do that. So let's do this. Okay, let's do with print name and then print type of the name. That should be string. Okay, and you can print age. And then also print type of age. This one should be an integer. Okay, let's actually save this script and run. So enter your name, Ariel, age is 17. Okay, so Ariel is a string. Age actually is a integer. Okay. Now let's actually look at okay, this actually is the output. So you can display the output and get the input and display the output as well. So these are the basic talk about the basic input and output and also the text and number. Okay. And that's the most basic syntax of a program. Next one, we are going to look into the data type and variable and the expression and the statements. Okay, so these are we will start to build the program structure one by one. First thing is that you need to know about the data type. So the data type in Python, they are basically 4 basic type of data. Sometimes people say 3. It is numbers, string, and another type called Boolean type. Boolean is logic type. Okay, it's only true or false. So string type we introduced it already is inside the double quote, double quote. Number, you have 2 type of number. So that's why sometimes we call it 4 type, sometimes we call it 3 type. So 2 type number, one is integer that we already know. A equals 3, that is an integer. Another type is called float. B equals 4.2, that is a float. So let's look at why it's called floating-point number. Okay, a floating-point number is actually a real number, right? So you may have f equals 3.4425. So if this number you times 10, then this decimal point will move to here. It becomes 34.425. If this one divided by 10, then you become 3.4425. So decimal point move from here to the left by 1 digit. So because the digit is moving around when you multiply 10 or divide by 10, so we call it floating point number. And floating point number sometimes can be expressed as a scientific notation. So you can write as 3.424425 E0. E means exponential 0. It's actually equal to 3.4425 times 10 to the power 0. So this number 34.4425 3.4425, you can sometimes write down 3.4425 times 10 to the power 1. And basically, this portion is the same, only the power is different when you multiply by 10. And your decimal point moving around, so we call it floating point numbers. Okay, so there are 4 data type possible, basic possible data. Number, 2 type, integer and floating point. String for text message. Boolean for the logic use. And there are 5 compound type: tuple, list, set, range, and dictionary. So this compound type we'll save for the chapter 4 to talk about it. Today we are more focused on the basic data type, the string, the integer, the floating point. Okay, integer you have g equals 5 divided by 2. Okay, that's an integer. But here in Python, integer division, we use a /2. Okay. And floating point, you can set s equals this. So let's talk about the difference between regular division and floating point division and integer division. Let's assume that we have a number we do 13 divided by 5. So you'll be 3, okay, 5, 15, 20, 3.4. Okay, so this 3.4, we write it down as 17/5. 17 divided by 5, you've got 3.4. Okay, this we call it floating point division. Let's compare with another case that you do 17 divided by 5. You've got 3, 15, remainder 2. So this number, we call it quotient. And we also call this one integer division. So it's written down as 17/5. You get 3. So this is floating point division, single slash. Double slash is called integer division. And this 2, we write it down as 17 10 modulo by 2. This is the remainder, 10 modulo by 5. This is the remainder of the 17 divided by 5. You've got 2. Okay, so this one is the integer division and floating point division. Okay, string, you use double quote, single quote, okay? So your number, you have the integer, floating point, complex number, but complex number too much for middle school students, so we are going to omit it. Integer is positive or negative numbers, whole numbers, no fractional part. Real number is a floating point representation of a fractional component denoted by the decimal symbol or scientific notation. So basically, when you have fractional part, we call it floating point number. When you don't have it, we call it integer. So Boolean type can only be true or false. Okay, we'll talk about the Boolean type later. And then we have the sequence type. We have string, list, tuple. Okay, list and tuple, we are going to save them for chapter 4. So string is a collection of characters. So if we check the type of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's an integer. We did check the type of the 50.5, that would be a floating point number. If we check the type of 6 plus 4j, this is a complex number, but we are not covering it in this course. If we check the type of double quote, hello, that's a string. Okay. If you check the bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, that's actually a list. List and tuple, we are not covering it right now. It's also for a dictionary. So variable is something you can store some data to it. Okay. So before we know about variable, let's look at constants. So constant is a fixed value, something that you cannot change. So 1, 2, 3 is a constant. 98.6 is a floating point constant. These are values that you don't change. So sometimes we also call it literal. Sometimes we also call it literal. Okay, so now we also call it literals. It's the way that you write down the constants. Okay, you can print 1, 2, 3, print 98.6, print hello world. Okay, and then you can save them for later purpose. So you can save 12.2 to a variable x. That means that you allocate a memory location and put the 12.2 over there. And y you can assign with 14 value. And then it's also creating the memory location, you put 14 there. So you can multiply the variable. If you do 12.2 assigned to x and then 14 assigned to y, then you assign 100 to x. Then the x locations data is overwritten by 100. Okay, so assignment it can be overwriting. Okay, so the name of the variable must be following the rule for the name of the ID. Okay, let's follow it. So basically, starting with letter, that's fine. Starting with underline, fine. Starting with number, no. Starting with symbol, no. With a dot inside the variable, no. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, so you want to have a name for each variable, so later you know about it later. So naming the variable is very important. So you can store some value like this to a very strange name, but that's not going to be efficient and not easy to remember as well. Okay, so that's a single variable. Now, next one we talk about expression. So it's single variable, we sometimes call it token. Sometimes in English it's similar to a word. And then expression is similar to a phrase, just like at the school. 3 words as a proverb phrase. Okay. Okay, so that's expression. So usually expression, you have some operator to operate with it. And you will get some value. So expression will get some value. So you do have 3 plus 3. 3 is a number. 3, this is second 3 is also a number. 3 plus 3, it becomes an expression. So expression is part of the sentence, part of the speech of the sentence. So we teach here plus minus times division. Division is a floating point division. Double slash is integer division. Also power. Power you do write down 2 star to that 2. That means 2 raised to the power 2. Percentage means division. So you have 17 10 multiplied by 5, you get 2. That's the remainder when you do the division 17 divided by 5. Okay, so remember 33 divided by 5, you got a quotient. Quotient is using integer division. So you will write actually 23 divided by 5, you get 4. And then 23 multiplied by 5, you get 3. Okay. Okay, so when you evaluate the equation, it is similar to your elementary school's parenthesis exponent, okay, multiply and the division, and the addition and subtraction, okay, similar to that order. So this one will go first. So this whole thing will be evaluated to 5 raised to the power 6. then 4 divided by this number. Okay, so you have a 1 plus 2 times 3, that's 6, minus 4 divided by 5 raised to the power 6. So remember the order of the operations, which operator would take the higher precedence. Parenthesis power, okay, multiply, division, addition, and then left to right, okay? These are the order. Okay, type means that you will be, is the type of the data, okay? And sometimes you want to convert, say you have a 99, it's an integer. You want to convert it 14-point number, then use the floor function. But 14.99.0 plus a integer, that will become a 14 point. Okay, because 14 point is a longer, wider range data. Okay, so 10 divided by 2 is a 14-point division, you got 5.0. 9 divided by 2 is also a 14-point division, you got 4.5. 99 divided by 100, you got 0.99, okay? Something like that. These are the 14-point divisions. So statement is the whole sentence, we call it a statement. So we can assign x with 2, then you have a variable x, you store 2 there. Then you say x equals x plus 2. Then this number, we get it out, assign to x, then plus 2. You become 2 plus 2. And put it back to the memory, it becomes 4. So when you print it, it will become 4. Okay, and then you can have this statement, x equals 3.9 times x times 1 or 1 minus x, and you can evaluate this question, this problem, okay, this expression. Okay, we put the 0.6 to there, and you get a value of 0.936. Okay. By conversion, you can use the integer to convert a string to a number. You can also use a float to convert a string to numbers. Okay, and these are very important when you write a program like getting input. Okay, this part are easy. Okay, so we actually finished the slices for this chapter. Before we finish today's talk, let's look at one problem. Let's go back to here. Let's actually create one more program. Let's try to do this. Okay, let's try to get kilogram. You ask for input weight in kilos. Okay, and you assign to a value kilo, and kilo is a real number. Now we want to convert it to pounds. Okay, so your kilo number times 2.205, you get pounds. So that's point kilo, okay, comma, kilos is equivalent to pounds pounds. Okay, so this one we get an input that is a string. We convert it to 14 point, that's a kilo. Kilo times this, you get a number of pounds, and then we print out. This is the cycle of a input, processing, and output. Input, processing, and output. We call it IPO. Simple program structure called IPO. Okay, let's run it. So this one, I'm going to save it first. Okay, save to this pre-Python. Let's actually look at PyDev PP1. So here, let me call it kilo. Okay, you will ask for the kilos to 1 kilo. 1 kilo will be 2.25 pounds. Okay, so let's show you the input, processing, and output program structure. Okay, and we give you a very basic, simple introduction right here. Okay, totally we have 4 chapters, and this will conclude the first chapter. See you next time. Bye bye.